What's going on here? Is this metal Christmas? Well, until it's wrapped and put under a tree, it's not. It's just going to be kind of sort of metal merchandise clutter, right? Coming up. HELLCAST. For Reaper Metal Productions, I am Reaper, and this is HELLCAST. And no HELLCAST would be complete without joining me, of course, J-Dog, back for the attack.
Back for the attack.
And today I wanted to discuss metal merchandise. Is it overwhelming? Is it stupid? Should we just stick to records? All that great stuff coming up here. But until we get to that, I just want to give you a quick plug and reminder that this show, like every show, is sponsored by the good people at Hells Headbangers. So when you need metal, go to hellsheadbangers.com. And if you like what we're talking about here, you can get some of these assorted products there. So that's where I went and grabbed them for the purposes of this show. Because, yes, when it comes to metal merchandise, I think that we've got a little bit of overabundance of these novelty merchandise products. Like, I mean, it's getting down to there's puzzles, there's all these different things, and kind of getting guilty of it myself because I'm involved helping out Destructor with their Destructor beer. And so I figured, well, while I'm promoting that and talking about that, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I am truly kind of thinking something about it. Not that it's a bad idea. I think it's kind of cool when it comes to having the Destructor beer, like as a fan and then being a part of it. It's fun and it gives a lot of spin. But as a fan, I think sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming. What's your take though on the novelty stuff?
I mean, I think it's neat and I think it's cool. I mean, I just buy what I like, you know what I mean? If I own, I don't own a lot of novelty stuff, but I own a decent amount, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I like the whole idea of it, and I think the more the merrier. That way the fans can buy it. And honestly, I'd rather see people supporting metal and buying metal merchandise than fucking stupid Ohio State Buckeyes bullshit garbage and, you know what I mean, buying all that nonsense. So, no, but just with anything, because you think there's merchandise for everything else, so why not for our what we like and love, you know what I mean? Because that's, dude, I'm into metal. Everybody else, I mean, they always got these little side things they're into that are like lame to me. So yeah, I would rather see a Misfits novelty guy than a freaking the LeBron James toy or something, you know what I mean? That to me is much more. But I'm sure there is one.
LeBron bobblehead.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if they're doing it, why not in our community to what we love and like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I just buy the bands that I really, really like, like Merciful Fate, Cannibal Corpse, and, tons of bands that I like. They don't even have novelty items. But, I mean, obviously the big bands, like, obviously there are Misfits. I mean, Iron Maiden has done tons of novelty that we've had in stock. Those bands, because they're huge, you know what I mean? I don't know if there's any, I'm sure there is novelty of, like, Black Sabbath. What I mean by novelty is like little action figure guys. I'm sure there's probably an action figure of Ozzy or something, right?
Yeah, and I think too for so Misfits is a great example though because you were talking.
Well, they got a little guy too. They got their There's a perfect because they got their
he's
Crimson
a character.
Ghost. Yeah, he's like an actual character they've had since pretty much day fucking one, I would say.
Well, these are great. These reaction figure ones, I really like these, and I'm not really poo-pooing on it. My stance, I guess I'll elaborate more because it's kind of convoluted. But like these ones are great because like especially if you look on the back, they keep like the novelty for like the 7 inches of the singles that they corresponded with. Mm-hmm. So here we're like the Halloween one, and so the Crimson Ghost reflects it. And actually, these reaction figures as a whole, like I thought they were stupid at first because they look. You start to see. I first saw movie ones, particularly like horror ones and action movies. I was like, oh, these look like crap. But then I realized that was the point, that they're supposed to be novelties.
Yeah, kind of like the old like He-Man figures and shit like that from the 70s. That's probably when like the real action figures really started. Was probably like, I could be wrong. That was a little bit before our time too. I think action figures like really exploded with the He-Man dolls.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's right now. Not saying they're the first to exist, but He-Man and then, and like G.I. Joes, if action figures, let's just say it was He-Man, so that was like late 70s, became popular then, and then, you got to have a name to put an action figure. You're not going to be fucking a demo band, but not an action figure, you know what I mean? No. You got to be a known band, and that could take 10, 15, 20 years easy, right?
True.
So that puts you right in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s, right out the gate.
Well,
now you're like, fuck, we're going to do action figures. Like, I'm surprised Nunslaughter hasn't. Don likes all that stuff.
That's me beeping away.
Which I wouldn't be against it if you did like the devil head, the shape, something of that. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be kind of cool. But what about not these Maiden muscle toys though? Like,
yeah, they're a little silly, but I like for a band as big as Maiden, I get it. Like, I think the idea is like you get it for like, you get it for like your nephew or your son or whatever that's 3 years old, as opposed to like, because think about it, you get these little toys at like McDonald's and shit like that, the Happy Meal toys, and it's just senseless anyways. Why not senseless Iron Maiden? You know what I mean? Metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I kind of.
So I think that's kind of a concept like that. And can I say I'm against it? Why would I be against it? There's all this other senseless stuff that I don't follow whatsoever. Why not? And the stuff that I actually like, it's kind of refreshing to go out and being able to see stuff that you can like. And because when I go out, kind of like I said, but although I don't like to really talk to too many people, I kind of stick to myself. Kind of back to the metal shirt video, is this, it's a little refreshing sometimes when you are out and about, if like hanging out in a bar or something like that, and you see somebody that you can kind of associate with. Because honestly, I'm kind of like a fucking hermit almost in a sense when I'm there, because I can't, and it's not even because I try to be like that or I think I'm better. It's just I can't really relate to anybody. There's nothing to talk about.
Right.
So sometimes when you see that and you can relate, and if there was more shit like this out, you can at least have something to relate with somebody on the out and about. I'm not going out and seeing Infernal Conjuration shirts ever.
Right,
I mean? So
the true layer of interest maybe. Well, the other thing is that I think when it comes to anybody having a conversation about it, their first gripe I've noticed stems not so much when it's a directly related band like the Misfits one, and that it is more so for our friends here at True Cult Coffee that I'm finally bringing it in. I try to promote this every once in a while. I never bring in a bag of coffee.
I need their contact. I told you I need 5 bags. My Folgers is getting low.
Yeah. Well,
crappy Folgers.
Yeah, for sure. But TrueCultCoffee.com. It's right there on this camera, right there.
Just order it right online.
Yeah, you can.
Check out.
Yeah, exactly.
I just kind of feel like an ass because, like I said, I mean, it's not like we're, I'm not like, me and the owner aren't exactly sending Hallmark cards to each other or anything. But I mean, I kind of know him. I kind of feel weird just, ordering just through the website as opposed to like, it seems like impersonal. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, but then again, don't you kind of bitch about stuff like that when you got to go directly to always the source?
But I mean, if it's somebody,
But the point of this is so I obviously brought up the person that had a problem with me wearing a shirt, and that was fine. Whatever, that was just an internet troll.
Like I said,
right? Yeah, right. But the essence of maybe he's not joking stems through. Then it's like, all right, forget your band merch. But when it is just kind of a company, sorry, man. But like my first question seriously was before like kind of endorsing it and digging into it, that it was like, well, what is like a coffee brand that just label? I mean, you're essentially just taking a coffee and making it black metal in some way, shape, and form. And
I mean, he probably had to find some type of grounds that he liked, because obviously coffee does taste different. Like the Folgers is way different than like the McCafe, which I like. I brew that. I mean, the McDonald's coffee that they now sell in stores for the last couple of years. I mean, the McCafe sends that fucking shitty ass Folgers home on a stretcher.
So does this.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I know it does. But what I'm saying is, so that's probably what he did. He found the type of grounds he wanted. I don't know how that works with coffee. You know what I mean?
So
and then put his label on there. You know what I mean? And marketed it.
I believe there's 2 people involved in the operation where somebody
I think it is 2 guys.
roasts them.
I've never bought the whole beans before.
No,
some people like to ground their own.
Yeah,
I'm saying, that seems like a lot of work.
That, and I think it's a freshness thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that until we went to a store, I forget what it's fucking called. You know what it's got at too. It's in Fairlawn.
Okay.
Old World Deli or Old something Market Deli or whatever. But anyways, they sell a bunch of trinket stuff, right? They had coffee there, and I think I bought some. This was a couple years ago, and they had the fucking big beans. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Right.
And Lindsay's like, some people ground them. I was like, oh, I guess they do. I was like, that seems like a pain in the ass. I was like, I don't know why it just seems like so 1940s to me. But I guess there's a reason, like freshness or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Like it just seemed like, why would you do that? But it's probably because some people are coffee nuts. Like it's like almost like they're like
Yeah.
their relaxed time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great way to becoming a recovering alcoholic. Switch to
But if you got,
coffee. It's a little bit better, I guess.
I would take the coffee over being an alcoholic. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that point of whole grinding and stuff, and then endorsing True Cult kind of got me hip to coffee. I didn't know shit about it.
You didn't drink much coffee. I drank coffee way before you.
Yeah. Because this one, like, if you're interested in True Cult coffee, I recommend this one, the Mork Helvete.
Which one did I have?
I think you've had them all.
Oh, have I?
He's only got 3 different ones.
Oh, okay.
I pulled up the website if I felt like it.
I kind of just bought what was available when I was around in person.
Yeah.
I bought a bag. And
I mean, you're safe to do so. You're going to be getting better than Folgers or Folgers or however you say it.
Folgers is pretty bad. I'm choking it down.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Did you have Folgers? It's pretty bad.
Probably somewhere sometime. Maybe that's why I never liked coffee. Well, what does it matter about a company being black metal that's essentially just selling you coffee you could get anywhere else?
Coffee, black metal. They didn't get.
Right. So it's kind of like the opinion. Like, wouldn't it, if it comes to activities, isn't a like-minded person, like a metal fan, going to be someone that you're going to want to hear about their music, their movie choices, or if you like sports, maybe their sport team choice. You know what I mean? They're going to have more like-minded.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, if I was more into sports and basketball and stuff like that, I would associate with somebody else that's probably in the metal community before some just random ham and egger.
We sometimes have these conversations that maybe you don't even realize. I keep them in my mind and make note of them at some point.
Well, you kind of know. You make up the material. You probably like what people are going to want to hear about, which I think it's be fun. You know, people would find it funnier, which maybe they do.
I usually just pull them out of my ass, and we get lucky that they want to listen at all. Like this, I have no idea anybody's going to give a flying fuck about it. But I know we've kind of talked about merchandise, and people have had opinions about it. And so when you get yourself some coffee at True Cult.
Yeah, but before then, nobody had a problem with the beers. I mean, because they were doing beer, the metal beers before like you brought the Destructor, but I mean, obviously there's, was Maiden the first one to do one? That's the Trooper. That's the first. That's the one I.
No,
first one I
they're not the first. I don't know who is the first.
Because there's not a Sabbath beer, is there? I know there's a Cannibal Corpse beer now, a Behemoth beer. There's an Anthrax one, right?
I don't know. Is there an Anthrax one?
I almost thought there was. I'm almost positive I thought there was an Anthrax beer.
Well, so Maiden's a good because they're the Kmart of band merchandise, essentially, like just Walmart at this point.
Yeah, them and if you could the AC/DC, I don't know who'd be more.
Yeah, so whatever, big bands do it. Man, True Cult. I was going to show your site off, but either my computer sucks or
their website sucks
or something sucks. But the website's tip top.
Website's tip top.
Awesome. Well, but so the point is keeping this moving on with the different types. So when you got yourself the coffee,
get your Mayhem mug.
Which I guess makes it cooler in those regards because I was going to show you that in True Cult you can get a mug, you can get a Destructor mug, but
think about a mug. What's wrong? Honestly, remember when we were kids and shit like that? We'd have just random mugs. You'd have like a Cleveland Indians fucking Chief Wahoo mug. Who the fuck wants that? I would have much rather open my cupboard up to a Mayhem mug.
Well, that was going to be my point. That
so if you're gonna have a coffee mug, why not have something you actually like?
Exactly. That's
So that's why I'm all for the merchandise, man. Why not?
Well, I'm not against it. I'm
sure some people think it's probably silly, and I was like, how is it silly? I mean, you probably own a mug or a cup of something, and either it's just plain or it has something on there that you don't care about or don't even like. It's just whatever you were given or a hand-me-down or whatever, and it's like, why not have something you actually like? I mean, if you have the option to, why not?
No, I'm against this. A Mayhem mug. Then it's got asking out. It's got all the worst bands on the outside of the box. It just throws it off. Like, don't even put that on the same sentence.
Is that the other? Is that the other mugs they did though? Maybe.
So what? Like,
no, I'm asking. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. And so, like, asking Alexandria in the same sentence in the same company, it's fucking awful, is what it is. And so is Black Veil Brides. Like, this is like all the worst bands.
Emperor's like on the Emperor, at least that's good.
Yeah. So I think that's where sometimes the poo comes is if the company that's doing if the company that's doing is just
Centra Media, whatever. That's just a bunch of posers working up there, anyways.
Sorry, Centra Media.
Well, I mean, come on, it just is.
Yeah, I agree. So then you got your coffee mugs, and that's a great way to start. You got your toys, that's awesome. What about, and then we obviously talked about
Shot
booze,
glass.
so, Nunstaller shot glasses, the underground Walmart of products.
Yes.
Nunslaughter for sure.
They've got a lot of, they've done a lot of merchandise. So.
Yeah, Don.
Well, the band does,
And then what about this? So
That's really cool.
I know it is. Like, it's so cool that who does not like Amon Amarth.
I've never actually listened to Amon Amarth. The reason I haven't?
Speaking of Century Meat, because
You know-
Metal Blade put it out and Slagel Bagel put it
No, just
bad
when I
taste
heard
in your
that,
mouth?
I honestly just,
Oh.
it always in my mind, I just assumed it's probably like later Unleashed, which I was never big on. I don't think any album by Unleashed sucks. It's just I was a huge fan of Where No Life Dwells, and then they started doing the more Viking metals and the albums, and I'm just kind of like, not
Yeah.
really feeling it. And it's just, that's why the later Unleashed albums always sat with me. And when I saw Amon Amarth, the whole Viking thing, just that's stuck in my mind. They may not, and people are like, they sound nothing like it. They may not. I'm just saying I just never checked them out, and that's probably the reason. Like, I've never listened to Amon Amarth in my life, and I might love them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I was also going to make the smart-ass remark of, well, then they're also by the same people that brought you a band like Spock's Beard. Of course, they brought you
I don't
Slayer
even know- I
Merciful
don't even know
Fate
what that
back in
is.
the day. It's fucking garbage.
Oh, I
and so
know by the
anything
name,
to follow
obviously.
that as a Monomarth would had, it's just like,
Yeah, but to
goddamn.
Amon Amarth's defense, I don't know how
know.
long they've been around, but I guarantee they've been around before Spock's Beard and done a hell of a lot more, and probably a hell of a lot more metal.
Yeah, well, yeah, Spock's Beard was like, I don't know. That was the dark. I'm sure Metal Blade is
Because
regretting
Amon
that
Amarth,
one.
when did that start? Probably like 94, 95?
I have no idea.
I think it's somewhere around there. It's probably somewhere in that time frame, I'm guessing. I could be totally wrong about that too, but I'm guessing it's around that time frame.
Yeah,
I'm talking like demo first album. It's probably around 95, I'm guessing.
well, let's
See how my Amarth knowledge is.
let's figure it out here. Let's go to Metal Archives.
Yeah, they don't let you down. Well, sometimes
Yeah, there was the True
sometimes
Cult
they do.
site finally. I finally pulled it up.
So I'm saying 95. Monomarth.
A Monomar.
Like the first release.
Did I spell it right? Oh, I put a month. A Marth. So demo 1993.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah, so first album 1998. So whatever. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being.
okay.
I was just mostly being a smartass about them being on Metal Blade.
What's the first album? Maybe I'll check them out. What's the first album? Because I'd like to start with the first one.
Well, they're one of those bands in typical Swedish
first full
band.
length. What's the first full length? I don't
In
need
typical Swedish fashion, they start with an EP.
fuck the EP. What's the first?
Oh wow, Pulverized Records pulled it.
Oh, did he
put
really?
it out.
Wow, in Singapore?
That's the Pulverized Records. That's the logo. That's the Pulverized Records.
No, I didn't know that.
Me neither.
What's
I
the
didn't
first-
realize Pulverized
what's the
Records
first
was
full
out
length?
that long. First full length then is
From
one
Golden
cent.
Hall.
Okay.
We've had that in stock, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. I had no idea about that.
If we still have it in stock, I'll listen to it tomorrow. I'll take a look out there when we go there.
I was going to say, I could tell you right now. I don't know. If you're someone that's a naysayer of the merchandise, like, I kind of side with you though. Like, I want to like interject that biased opinion of the hater. Like, I'm kind of with you. Like, what do you want then? Like,
Well, when
do
you say
want,
hater, like, what do you like? What's there to hate? If you don't like it, don't buy it. Like, what's there to hate?
Well, you know how there's those people that the world's
dude, I
never
just-
known
dude, I
existed
don't-
that are
see-
in their basements that now exist because of the internet.
Yeah, but I don't get it, man. Like, I don't hate golf. I just don't like golf, so I don't play golf.
So
But I don't sit there and like comment on it and like I hate this shit. Like, I just don't follow it. I don't care.
well, never minding not understanding that there's haters and accepting
I
that
get if they're
are.
fucking up your day or something, then that. But how is some merchandise
Yeah.
that you don't have to buy end up fucking up your day?
Well, whatever. So there's haters. I would say to the haters then, as I've tried to think about this because I've endorsed now this and I love this coffee and was asking those questions. Why should I care and buy coffee through something that has nothing to do with black metal but just slapping a logo on that? Then I kind of because they're of the same mind. They support underground metal and are doing cool things with the
Keep the
coffee
community
subscription.
alive.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, cool. And then you could, I didn't get to show you on the website, but you can
Yeah,
buy,
the way I look
they
at
got
it too.
mugs
Here's
and
a
shit.
better way to look at it. If you drink coffee, why would you want to support some Christian ass organization like Starbucks or anybody else? They're all Christian based. Why not support metal like satanic based? That's the
Exactly.
way I see it. Let's support our own community.
Right.
That's so yeah.
So then by taking all this then and putting it into one, like if you like toys, why the hell do you want stupid G.I. Joes when it's like, dude, yeah, you can have Misfits or abundance of things that are not all right here. But, you know, you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. Get the horror ones. Fuck, I love those ones from the reaction figure. Mm-hmm. But then, like, I mean, the point I think I did say is I don't like a monomorph, but when I see this, which is really not like, well, that's true. I think like the most I've heard a monomorph was in a cab in Colombia, so it's probably not the worst. It's probably the worst listening conditions.
And it probably wasn't the first album. Maybe their third album sucks.
Maybe.
And you're like, the first album's great, bro.
I mean, I hope this is the one. Like, shit, it's
pretty neat. Yeah.
Like, but this like makes you want to like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice.
You know what I mean?
If I was a big point. If I was a big monomorph fan, put it in perspective, I would definitely buy that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of cool as far as because Metal Blade also did like that for Cannibal Corpse with their.
Yeah, I never got one, but I would. It's something I would purchase like if I walked in. Or I don't have one though. For the is it the Kill or the Torture guy? For which album? Yeah, it's for. I think it's for Kill or Torture.
Does he have a name?
No. He's not on every album. It's just I just wanted the characters from one of the.
I thought it was just kind of like that ongoing Cannibal guy.
No, I mean I think kind of like not that no.
Oh well,
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you. I would say that when it comes to why would you want Walmart, McDonald's, the corporations that just spew bullshit down your throat to be the ones that thrive when somebody that's cool that does coffee because even kind of personally be invested in helping them out. Well, obviously then links in the description. Grab this. It helps me because then we get an affiliate from it. Then hooking up some good coffee, so good coffee. But then there's other things there.
Well, the guy that's buying the black metal coffee, maybe he'll do black metal gummy bears, and then he'll buy your gummy bears.
Well, not only that, but they're not. I don't have it here. I would have brought it. He has Destructor mugs, so it's then it's helping Destructor, something that Reaper Metal's clearly do. So very vested in that it's it helps promote it then that now it's bringing a little bit more full circle that you can get essentially your shopping done, you can get all your metal shopping done and get your groceries at the same time. I mean I get it was slightly still some of the gripe on why someone would want to have that removed.
They might just think it's a little cheesier.
Yeah, or whatever happened about the music, because that's a good point, though. Do you think it takes away from the music a little bit, though, when it's all these collectible things, because it kind of becomes now a rush to buy, not so much when it's coffee, of course, but when it's limited edition, figures, because then it's the limited edition version that it's just I could see someone being kind of pissed that's well, fuck, now either that's the only version I can find, probably rarer in that regard, but what I mean, it creates this rush to, or maybe even gets fans that wouldn't otherwise care that now run, or what I mean, it ups the poser value, their easy entrance for it. I don't know, shit like that.
No, I think stuff like the Amon Amarth and stuff like that, because since it is limited to let's just say you have 1,000 diehard fans, out of all your fans, but 1,000 diehard fans, and you press 300, only 300 of those diehards again, and it makes it really collectible and cool. And and if you're a diehard fan of a band, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't just buy it like Post-War. If I go check out the Mara Marth tomorrow the first time, I'm it's pretty good. I'm not going out and buying a figurine of it. It's got to be a band that I'm a diehard fan of, not just it's pretty good. You know what I mean? It's got to be something I'm a diehard fan of.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like that. They're going to buy an $80 figurine or whatever the hell it is. It's probably something that they really, really like.
Right.
One of their favorite bands. So it's not like you're doing that for every band anyways.
Right.
And as far as the coffee mugs and shit like that, well, don't just buy it just to collect it then. Buy it if you actually need a coffee mug. Just buy a Mayhem one instead of a fucking Cleveland Indians one.
Yeah, because it is kind of cool.
Because you're going to buy the item anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If you're going to be drinking coffee, you're going to be eating off a plate, you're going to have all these household kind of items.
You're going to have them anyways. You moved out. When you move out of your mom's basement and get your big boy place, you're going to buy these things.
Yeah, and then when it comes to puzzles and stuff too, you're still celebrating the album, because it's now you're putting the what if you've heard Iron Maiden, who are one of the people that have puzzles a zillion times, what is the other experience you can have at that point if you're just that sick of Number of the Beast, as I am, to listen to, you know what I mean, the song.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since I listened to that album.
Well, other than the concert, it's been a while since the Maiden. In fact, recently I was going back because Fear of the Dark. Ooh, man, is that an album with some stinkers on there.
I don't remember too many stinkers on that one. I thought Seventh Son. That one's definitely got some
I challenge you to go back to Fear of the Dark.
It's got some stinkers on there?
And make it through the full album, dude. Judas, my God, not a rocker.
I can't think of that one.
Wasted Love, not a jammer.
Wasted Life is not a good... Wasted Love, yes, not a jammer. Yeah, I know how that one goes.
There's some really bad songs.
The title track's good,
there.
Fear the Dark.
And it takes 5 bullshit songs in between the hits.
Well, it takes about 5 bullshit minutes to get to the point, too, when they started off.
And so times that by 5, so it takes about 25 to 30 bullshit minutes to get to the hit song at the end that you really don't give a fuck about hearing at this point because it's so overplayed.
There's a couple other songs on there I thought were pretty
there are,
good,
and that starts off the album.
Oh, okay.
And dude, I challenge you to come back to me and say, I did the Reap Dog challenge. I didn't get rid of it. No. Fear of the Dark, that's one of them. Challenge 2 then. No Prayer for the Dying. That is a dying album when you go back to it.
I have that one too, though. I didn't get rid of it.
I challenge you. I probably pissed off some major Maiden fans. I don't give a fuck. Those are not amazing albums.
No, I didn't think it was amazing, but I remember liking it. Now, like Final Frontier and stuff, I remember that being a tough listen.
I do too, but I don't remember. I never gave it the time of day. I'm looking.
No, I only heard it once when it came in the shop, like when it was new.
Dude, I was
like, this is a snooze fest. What is it like? When did that come out? Like 2015 or something?
Yeah. I just listened to No Prayer for the Dying, and I immediately
you never heard
still.
Well,
again.
Oh, okay. I'll sell it.
Because dude, I always forget it. The cover is awesome.
Goddamn,
the album is not amazing.
Shouldn't be calling me.
So you got Tail Gunner. All right, that's a good song. Holy Smoke. No Prayer for the Dying. Don't remember it. Public Enemy. Okay, I mean, it's got songs. Don't get me, but like The Assassin, not an amazing tune. I think. Run Silent, Run Deep. I don't even remember what that sounds like, and I just heard it the other day. Hooks and You. Lame. Horrible song. I think. Pretty. Bring Your Daughter to Slaughter. Yeah, that's
a good song.
Mother Russia, that's fine. It's not, dude. It's just.
Do you ever notice every
amazing.
episode goes on to ripping on Maiden? I don't even know why.
Because recently, because they're fucking they're the Walmart of metal merchandise. You cannot not talk about.
You know what's funny is like it seems like every episode's ripping on Maiden, but if someone was to come into my look at my collection, view J-Dog's collection,
damn, you
love some Maiden. Like I especially like a lot. I own a lot of bootleg LPs by them too, and officials and stuff.
Yeah,
shit. I probably have well over 30 Maiden vinyls. That's not even counting the CDs, and they're not even like one of my favorite bands.
Well, that's a great way to.
But I like them, obviously.
Yeah, me too. I'm just saying, like, not amazing album. So, like, when you put all this shit on a table and lack all your Maiden merchandise to prove the point, I think that's kind of like. I know we've talked about this. And it was something basically about how, like, when you really got your hands on everything like Maiden does, be it like merchandise to the tours to their albums being consistently pressed and kept up with, that it's like stickers everywhere. Like that's like kind of how. Oh, I think it was how do you become like a band that survives the test of time conversation that we had. I think that was like so like that's kind of how Maiden is. And then how, like, yeah, you'll go to J-Dog's collection or mine, and it's like, man, for a guy that kind of ragged on it well enough that it's like, man, you really love it, but it's like, that's kind of the point because there's so much shit
that
would look like you love it.
The thing is, it's fine. I actually like Maiden. I think I enjoy them a lot. The only reason I rag on them, I rag on Metallica, I even rag on Ghost. The reason why I rag on those bands is just because when you are out and about at the regular bar just getting dinner, the guys you bump into, they bust them out like they're the fucking heavy hitters, be all end all. Even Slayer, which I mean, Slayer Show No Mercy, that's like one of my all-time favorite records, but I rag on Slayer because you'll bump into that fucking 20-year-old D-bag that like he thinks he's busting out the heavy guns and that's like all he knows, and he's listening to some God Hates Us All album or whatever, some shit I never even heard. And you know what I mean? That's the reason I rag on them. It's actually not even the band themselves. It's more so the fan base.
So if you're one of those people that are really just upset about metal merchandise, like you can't have a schooner for my metal band, or if you are, you're just one of those sellout ones. Well, I think that's a great point then, because why do you want the sellouts then to have all the cool stuff? I mean, do you really hate having coffee mugs of your favorite bands or logos or whatever the hell that's on these coffee mugs? Or would you want some corporate thing like Folgers or Folgers, however you pronounce it, Mick Cafe day selling you coffee and not a like-minded metalhead that tells you it. Like, I think that's the point when it comes to metal merchandise. It's actually more of the like-minded scene that brings it together, makes it cooler. And then if you're going to limit it to all the same bands that, sure, if you're talking about Maiden, you love them, like, isn't it kind of annoying to just hear about them all the time, and then you become that guy? So let it expand the market. And we're going to kind of be doing that because beer, Destructor, Sonic Bullet coming out, and we're having an event September 15th in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio for the Destructor Hopping Evil IPA beer. You can come there, drink some beer. There's going to be a heavy metal flea market. There's going to be the release of this new reissue of it with the new cover art. And then there's going to be Destructor playing. There's going to be other bands playing. There's pinball there. There's food there. It's basically just a chill-out social event around a Destructor beer. So the show aspect is way smaller. So hopefully I'll be seeing you there. But before all that, I want to know what your opinion is. What do you think of metal merchandise? Is it stupid? Did we have good points here on this episode today? Maybe there's something we didn't cover at all. The floor is yours, so leave a comment in the description or whatever the fuck on this video episode, whatever this is. And if this is your first time here, well, HELLCAST.net is where you can catch up on all the HELLCAST episodes if you enjoyed this. But there's plenty of videos and stuff here on the Reaper Metal channel. Wherever you are consuming this, there's plenty of ways, and you should definitely know in 2019 how to subscribe and follow something. So if you haven't done that, do so. And when you do, that means you're going to be notified. Until then, we will talk to you next time.